Just want to compliment Purdue and Katie Gerald's. We've now played them 2 straight years, and like just yesterday, I was saying to our staff, I love some of the stuff that they run. They have a set that I'm going to steal. Just every night I get a chance to learn from different coaches, and really thankful for the reception that we had both here and in Indiana. But just compliment Purdue for the way they fought, and I think their coaching staff does a really nice job. We're just really trying hard to play consistently to our identity, and to no matter what the score, no matter what the opponent, no matter what anything else, we're trying to be us, to play to our identity, and to play with consistency on the simplest of things. And I thought we had some really good moments for that. I love that we started out scoring first 4 possessions, 4 different people scoring and assisting on, I think, 3 out of 4 of those. And that's a huge, a statement to make. And at the same time, there's still really a lot of room to grow. Really challenged our team with our talk, consistently talking in between the lines, and playing with an edge about us a little bit with an attention to detail. So, thankful for the opportunity, pleased with our first Big Ten road trip, and excited to keep growing with this team.
Hey, Lauren, I wanted to just ask you, I'm covering Purdue, and, just from your perspective, what do you remember about being a freshman, being a big, and then, trying to, and then seeing the position that both Lana McCarthy and Kendall Purrier were both in tonight, trying to, guard and defend an experienced All-American like yourself?
Oh my gosh, well, my freshman year I was going against Cameron Brink every single day and Kiki Uriafen, so I did not have an easy job. It's definitely very difficult, but I think they did a really good job. I mean, they made my life really hard today. But yeah, I don't know, I think since my freshman year, I've gotten a lot stronger and a lot more disciplined, and as double teams have started to come along, I think I've just done a much better job of finding those open gaps and finding my teammates. But I thought they both did a really good job, great players, but it's not easy as a freshman for sure.
Timea, I mean, to come into a game like that where, you're just trying to, really show what you can do, confidence-wise, and, show coach that you can, play in big moments. I mean, to really come in that late time and to hit those threes, why were you so confident? And, what were you kind of trying to go out there and show tonight to the rest of your team?
Yeah, I think it's just putting up the reps, getting the extra shots, and just belief in yourself. And my teammates have belief in me as well as my coaching staff. And so they constantly breathe that confidence in me. And all you got to do is just go out there and execute the job. And so simple as that.
Coach, I mean, from the first time that you played Purdue versus now, what do you feel like is the thing that maybe most casual basketball fans aren't seeing as far as just the growth of what Gerald's is trying to do with this team to try to get it to the level that, some of the other Big Ten opponents like you are at right now?
Well, I think youth is really difficult at this level, especially in the number 1 women's basketball conference in the country. And we've been there. I've been in her shoes. And, I think it's really keeping your team. The challenge for her is keeping the team focused on just growing the next right step and not getting too caught up in the records or whatever else, because, she works really hard. She runs really good stuff. And it takes time to not only recruit the kids that, are going to fit into your culture, but then to make your culture player-led, that is not a quick journey. And so just really, crediting them for doing it the right way. And I really have a lot of respect for Coach Gerald's and the job that she's doing, and I really do believe she's committed to doing that the right way, developing young people on and off the court. And culture wins, but culture takes time. And so I just would encourage them to stay the course.
For both players, your first Big Ten road trip through the Midwest, how did the experience go, 4 days, and how did you enjoy 4 days of winter?
It was quite the experience. I mean, it was great to be in Indiana. We had a little mishap in Bloomington, but it's just a kudos to our team, and we can really just handle anything, and we always have a positive attitude going into whatever matchup we head into. And so I think it was a fun experience, a lot of memories made for sure, and super excited to be a part of the Big Ten.
You
Oh,
as well.
yeah, I
The road
mean,
trip and experiencing winter. You there?
yeah, I'm right here. Yeah, I mean, any opportunity that I get to, spend time with my teammates, I think I always really appreciate. We didn't have much to do on our off days, but I think, just spending time in each other's rooms or like watching movies, just getting quality time, that always means a lot to me. So just building those relationships, I think that'll take us really far this season.
What do you think of the John Wooden statue?
That was really cool. And, Coach Cori, obviously, mentor right over here. So she always has
Mentee.
Right,
I'm the mentee.
Right. Yeah, she always has a lot of great information to tell us.
More than they probably want. So.
But yeah, I just thought that was a really cool experience for our team, and obviously it was really nice to see how much Coach Cori appreciates it, and I think just always learning from her. Obviously, she's a great representation of Coach Wooden. So
Well, I think it's important to the family that we honor his journey, and they have given so much to our program. It's not just Coach Wooden's influence, but their entire family has been really good to me and to UCLA, and I think that's the least we can do for him to honor where he went to school and the impact he made, and maybe learn even a couple of facts that I didn't even know. I didn't know he was one of 3 people that was inducted in the Hall of Fame as a player and a coach. I mean, that's remarkable. But what I loved most of all of what I read is that how much he was known for his moral character. And that's really what I want to impart to these women is their character that will be with them long after the ball goes flat.
You said the other day in Bloomington that each of these trips, for the first time, you may have to learn something. You may have to adapt and adjust. Do you know yet, what have you learned from this first trip?
Well, I think that it is really interesting. This one, we didn't have school. We just started school again back on Monday. So most of it, we're not missing a bunch of that. But I think, how do you adapt to that? But I think the reality for me is on early games, I'm trying to evaluate that first one, how early I should come, because you really leave yourself no margin for error. But I think our team, does a really good job of staying neutral, as we would say, and just focusing on their next right step, even when adversity hits. And so I don't know if I've had enough time to really reflect on that. But I don't think you can't have it all. If you want to be on TV more, you want to grow the game, you want to play in the #1 conference in the country, you got to be willing to have some flexibility. And there's only so many TV windows, so you have to sort of, have a juxtaposition on that. And if we want those opportunities, we have to be willing to be flexible and make the most of whatever we have.
Couple from the Daily Bruin. Coach, at Indiana, got off to a little bit of a slower start. How did it feel to get out in front today, a 13-0 run to start the game?
Well, I don't know if we got off that bad a start at Indiana. I think, but I do think that this team, with really the exception of one game all year, has really started well. And I think it's a compliment to their preparation. And it always feels good to start out and share the ball and create offense off of our defense. And but more than anything else, I want our team to build the habit to do the mental and physical preparation to be ready to control things under their control. And that's what we did today.
Timea, tonight you made the most threes since Arkansas, 4 for 5 from the floor. You touched on your confidence tonight, but what were you seeing out there that you liked?
Lauren Betts. Let's just say that. She finds me wherever I'm at. I just know to expect a double team from her and just to be ready at all times. And I think my teammates just found me tonight and just knocking down the shots.
Lauren, you didn't record a field goal in the first half, but you were 4 for 4 from the free throw line. What changed in the second half? Is it a testament to the depth on the team that you didn't have to shoot in the first 20 minutes?
I mean, I think it's really just that character piece that, we kind of talked about with my coaches. Obviously, would have loved to score more points in the first half, but we're just so stacked that my teammates are going to get open if they're trying to face guard me the entire game. So, but I think the second half I just came out a lot more aggressive, and I think I was just trying to get as deep as steals as possible so they couldn't invite that double team. But yeah, again, I think my teammates just always do a really good job of finding me in those situations. So.
And just a compliment to Lauren, I just challenged her. If they're going to play you that way, be a great screener because it's going to be an automatic double team. And to have, your leading scorer be willing to play that kind of role too. And sometimes that's going to happen. Not everybody's, leading scorer is going to respond well to, okay, fine, if that's the way they're going to play me, I'm going to go get my teammates some extra shots. And I think that's a real compliment to her selflessness.
Looking forward, players, what are your thoughts on coming home, having a 2-game homestand against Northwestern and Penn State?
Excited to be back in LA. Yeah, no offense to Indiana, love you guys. But yeah, I'm excited to be back in Pauley and just reconnect with the fans. So I'm excited.
Ditto.
Yeah, just also as we go back to Pauley, I would be remiss if I didn't just say my thoughts and prayers are with all of the firefighters and the people that are really battling the fires in Southern California right now, and to think about their sacrifice and the way that they sacrifice to keep us safe is greatly appreciated. And I'm just sending my thoughts and prayers that way, and with deep appreciation for what they do. So. We were fine. We had good equipment, and we got some new jackets right before this trip, and we do have an even longer one coming up to New York, to New Jersey, and to Maryland, and so we have 3 games on the East Coast coming up in about a week and a half. So we'll be ready. So, but thank you all for being here. We appreciate you covering our sport.
Thank you. Go Bruins.